appears to be a wave, mystery in play, sounding like a whisper and a wave. Thought I heard you say, never hesitate, waiting for tomorrow, I won't weigh you down today. I can't get my thoughts straight.
How many, what do you think, UK men, according to your survey, how many men in the UK had no sex in the last month? No sex in the last month, okay? You got options here. You got 14%, 29%, 43%, 64%. How many UK men had no sex in the last month?
I'm going 29%, and the reason why is because half of them wouldn't have been asked, and I know they've extrapolated the data in that, but that extrapolation would have been cack, and a lot of people would have lied. So yeah, 29.
How would they have lied? What would they have lied about?
Like, if people hadn't had sex, then they're not really wanting to go, oh, I ain't had sex, because they don't necessarily want to admit it, almost as if like some girl's going to hear it and it's going to put them further away. I say girl, could have been in a same-sex
Shocking.
relationship, to be fair, but someone might hear it.
Girls, mate. You said girls, it's not a problem. You're not being exclusive. The answer is 29%. You're correct on that one. Straight in now. This is why it's important that you need to have sex. Men need to have sex, right? And it's simple. Because
Why just men? Why not woman?
Well, we can move on to women in a minute, but because it's a men's health.
Okay, cool.
Your prostate, you're meant to empty your prostate 21 times a month. Meant to. It's preventative. It will help reduce your chances of developing prostate cancer. 21 times a month, you're meant to clean your pipes out, right? Because that way you're exercising your prostate. Now, the problem with this is, for black men, when I say black, I really do mean African, Afro-Caribbean, anyone with darker skin, prostate cancer, much more prevalent in that community, in the BAMI community. So that's why you need, once you hit 40 as a black man, go get your prostate checked. Get it checked, because you've got to use it or lose it. Got to get them pipes regularly emptied. Sex is good for women. Sex for women will help with their period pains, headaches, tension, stress, improve their singing. I don't know if that's true, but it's always worth going there.
Oh, mate. Oh.
But it's good. Sex is good, and semen contains vitamin D.
I don't know why. When you said it's good for women and could improve their singing, I immediately thought of Mick Hucknall, who I know is not a woman.
No, but he's got a vociferous sexual appetite. Here you go.
Question number two.
Question number 2. Euro 96. Okay.
Is your voice just broken?
Yeah. Euro 96. Euro 96. Holland got beat by England. All right. And heart attacks went up in Holland because of the stress of the football by 25%, 50%, 80%, or 14%. Ooh.
I'm gonna say in
Why are you getting Italian? I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 50%.
You are correct again.
Do you want to know why I went 50%? And this is bad of me, right? I've just judged the whole nation. You said Holland, right? You can smoke ganj there, so people must be quite chilled, not necessarily having that many heart attacks. So like a 50% increase on not so many heart attacks in the first place wouldn't have to be too many. Anyway, that's why I went there. Carry on.
But again, heart attacks for my cousins from the Caribbean and Africa. Heart disease, much more at risk. Asian people, people of colour. Heart disease, much more endemic. COPD, much more. Diet and smoking and lifestyle. You got to clean them pipes and look after that heart, mate. And one of the biggest causes of heart attacks, heart disease, stress. If you're suffering stress, lowers your immune system. If you've got a lower immune system, come across COVID, it's going to smash you to pieces, mate.
Which is why at the beginning of all of this, my jaw almost did it again, which is why at the beginning of all of this, I expressed that ultimately the reason why we're doing this is for some light-hearted fun, right? For people to just chill out a little piece, because your immune system's going to be a lot happier about fighting something if you're chilled and happy and relaxed rather than stressed. So, question number 3.
Well, interestingly though, when England lost on penalties to Argentina in '98, heart attacks in England went up by 25%.
And again, I'd say so because there's probably more heart attacks generally in England than there are in Holland. So, for example, you could have the same number of heart attacks that it made that increase in both places. Just putting it out there.
Okay, how many years does smoking take off your life? What do you reckon?
Well, it depends how much you smoke.
Smoking, any kind of smoking at all. 7, 10, 11, or 17 years.
I think the question is flawed, man, because it would depend how much you smoke. If you said how much would
Nope.
40 a day,
Doesn't matter. Nope, smoking.
I think the question is flawed, but I will answer it. But I think the question is flawed. It's unscientific. But what is the question again? What's the choices?
The question is, how many years does smoking take off your life? 7, 10, 11, or 17?
I'm going to say 17.
Okay. I'm sorry, you failed. That answer was finally wrong. You did well up to then.
Flawed question.
It's 10. It's 10. And I'll tell you why. Because the number 7 is significant because tobacco kills 7 million people a year worldwide, right? 11 is they estimate that's the amount of time in minutes each cigarette takes off your life. One cigarette, 11 minutes. 17 is 17% of men in the UK smoke. What's interesting about that, I'm from a big family of smokers, man. My dad smoked 80 a day. My mum smoked 60 a day. My brothers probably smoke 50 a day. My sister's 40 a day. I never smoked. And but I had asthma. And that smoking thing, man, if you could do one thing, and again, smoking disproportionately amongst the BAME community for some reason. So it's great. It's all well and good. We're talking about, racism and systemic racism and the police killing black people and black on black violence, blah, 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 blah. But you know what, man? More dangerous to black people, heart disease, prostate cancer, smoking. But where's that message come across? How do you get that? How do you get that message out there without being accused of being racist or whatever? So if I don't tell you that, I'm not being racist. If I tell you that, I'm racist, but I'm saving your life.
Well, here's how you get it out, exactly as we are now. Question number 4.
Do it. All right, mate. God, someone's getting bored, isn't they? Just because you got one wrong. You're so competitive. Weight around your middle is a health risk, right?
Yeah.
At what stage does your waist size become hazardous? So we're going 35.5, 37, 38, or 40 inches.
Again, I do think that this is flawed because it depends how big you are. So
answer the question.
If you're me
Just
and you're 5 foot,
the question.
if you're me and you're like small 5'6" and you've got like a 35-inch waist, then I'm imagining that's not so great on the ratios of fat around your vital organs. So I'm going to go with the lowest one, whatever that was.
35.5.
Yeah.
It's 37 inches, right? At 37 inches, doesn't matter if you're 6'9" or 4'2". Once your waist, because your organs are effectively the same size, like your eyes are the same size. But once your waist hits that, it's about the fat and fatty liver is one of the big ones to think about. Once you've got your bigger belly, you're more at risk of diabetes and heart disease and cancer. And again, diabetes, it's all bad news today, mate. Disproportionately affects people of colour, diabetes.
Indeed. I'm going to stop the quiz there and make a point that one thing that can help you to get rid of the weight around your stomach, which I found really strange when I was struggling to get rid of the weight when I was going to the gym a lot, was eating breakfast. If you don't eat breakfast, then your body keeps fat basically because it's a long period of time that it's getting ready for when it hasn't got enough access to ready sugars. So it will store fat in order to survive that period. So if you imagine
famine mood.
Yeah. So if you go to sleep at 10 o'clock one night and then you don't eat until 1 o'clock the next day, then your body will know that it needs to fuel itself during that time and will hold on to the fat. So when I started eating breakfast, I actually lost weight, which made me think that's really weird because I'm eating more because I'm eating breakfast, a meal that I was otherwise skipping, but it was actually allowing me to lose that weight on my stomach, man. Check us out, man. Actually got some good points to make in this podcast today.
If you look at the word breakfast, it's break fast.
Indeed.
And that whole thing about the fast, you have to break it at some stage. But the actual average male waist size in the UK is 38 inches. At 40 inches, the NHS says that you're at high risk. And most men, on average, think their waist is 35.5.
It's funny because that's exactly what my waist... No, I'm joking.
But it's just that thing of, well, how do you educate? How do you learn? How do you teach people? Because COVID plus police brutality are not killing anywhere near the amounts of people that are being killed by poor health. And who talks about it? How do you get that message out there? without people going, can you say that? Can you not say that? Just say it.
So what we on? Question 5 next, but we're not going to do it today.
No.
We will we'll holler at people about that next time. If there's anything anyone wants to hear of, put your notes in the comments or whatever you want to say in the box down here. I'll go and check the comments, see if we've got a name for the doll. I'll also try and plait the doll's hair by the time we get to the next call to prove it can be done.
Yeah. And if anyone has been upset or offended by anything that I said today, just remember that Jonathan never pulled me up on any of it, so he's compliant in my guilt. Therefore, what's happening here? Push the blame on the black man, innit? Push it on the brother.
I can't even laugh at that. I can't even actually laugh.
Do you think you might have just tightened up your cane roll too tight and it's pulled you like that?
I wish that was the case. I wish that was the case.
The person who did it, was they left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Did they stand in front of you or behind you?
How could they stand in front of me?
I don't know.
Like they go back to these. Yeah.
So if they're standing behind you, they're right-handed. They've got a lot more. They started on the right-hand side of your head from behind. So therefore, that's really, really tight. By the time they got to the other side, they haven't done it up as tight. So what's happening is they've twisted up that bit, and this bit's dropped. That's where the pain is. I'm not even a doctor, man. I should be charging you for this.
I love the way you just described my face like some suspension springs.
Drop. You're not like John Merrick, mate. That's just happening.
I don't know who that is.
The elephant man.
Oh, scene. Right, I know who that is. Right. Well, he's John Ryan.
And he is Jonathan Prince.
And together we are Brutally Johnest.
Yes.
All right. Peace.
Don't really know me.